welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my 6 top tips for getting enough sleep at night. This is honestly not something that I struggle with very much. I fall asleep like that and I pretty much just sleep like I'm dead. Slept through a fire alarm once. But I do have a lot of tips for what you can do if this is something you struggle with that should help you to get more sleep at night. So let's get into it. Tip number 1 is only use your bedroom for sleeping. If you live in a small space, this might be hard for you to do. Maybe it's also your office, whatever. A lot of us still work from home. If you're in a small space, you still can do this. Just make your actual bed only for sleeping. And this is going to trick your brain into thinking, you know, I'm in bed, I should be sleeping. This is the place where we sleep. Tip number 2 is don't eat too close to bedtime. I know you hear this a lot. And I mean, if you're hungry, eat. Like, it's not gonna kill you. It's better to give your body more time to digest food before you go to sleep. It also can make it take longer for you to fall asleep. If you're not starving, like, try not to eat too close to bedtime. Tip number 3 is to find a good nighttime routine. If you're doing the same thing every night, it's kind of like just using your bed for sleeping. As for tip number 1, like, your bedroom is the place that you sleep. That tricks your brain. Also, having a nighttime routine can trick your brain as well. If you're doing the same thing every night before you go to bed, you're already, like, your brain is like, oh, we're getting ready to go to sleep. And it should make it easier to fall asleep afterwards. And then, of course, little bonus tip, if you do this at the same time every night, then your brain is also going to get used to going to bed around the same time every night. It's obviously not super realistic. If you have kids, if you go out sometimes, whatever, you're gonna break that sometimes. But the more you get into the habit, the more you're going to naturally fall asleep around the same time and wake up around the same time, most likely. I pretty much go to sleep around the same time every day and wake up around the same time every day, and not through an alarm or anything. Just that's when I wake up. Tip number 4 is if you're someone who has a hard time sleeping because you're thinking about things, then maybe consider adding journaling or a brain dump into that nighttime routine before you go to bed, so you can get all of the thoughts out of your head, and so your thoughts aren't like racing when you go to sleep. Obviously, if you have like insomnia or something, I don't know how much that's gonna help. That's not, again, not something I struggle with. May not help, but if you just kind of have a lot of thoughts, getting them out of your head sometimes like can help with that. So that should help you fall asleep faster. Tip number 5 is, I'm sure you've heard this before, is limit screens before bed. Again, I don't really have this problem, so I usually play games on my phone before I fall asleep, and it doesn't seem to affect me. I'm sure if I look at my Fitbit, there's like a quality issue or something. If I really wanted to run a test on myself, I'm sure it does affect it. For most people, the general recommendation is limit your screen time before bed. And I know I feel a lot better when I keep my phone out of the bedroom, because when I wake up, it limits doom scrolling as well. If you're anything like me, I just lay in bed and snuggle with cats and scroll on my phone for like an hour in the morning, which not the best use of my time probably. So keeping the screens out of your bedroom, like once you do your nighttime routine, you just never touch your phone after that until you get up in the morning, probably a good way to go. It is an extreme way to go. Like, I'd be hypocritical if I said I was doing this currently myself, but I would recommend it. I do think it's healthier. Finally, tip number 6 is don't buy into the hype that you should be getting up at 5 a.m. every morning. Different people function differently. So this is what I'm sure you hear everywhere. Like, they have those books, like the 5 a.m. Club, all the things about how you should wake up at 5 a.m. Honestly, you should do whatever works for you. If 5 a.m. is the only time that you can get up and still get your workout in, then I mean, yeah, I guess you have to. But if it's not wrong to work out after work or at night before you go to bed, honestly, that's fine too. It might wear you out. It might make you energetic. So you have to figure that out for yourself. But it's whenever you have time to do it, even if it's on your lunch break or whatever. But if you're getting up in the morning and you're feeling really sluggish, or I personally feel nauseous when I get up too early in the morning, I don't know what that's from. I think it's because I like sleep too deeply and then I like wake right up out of it from the alarm, and it just makes me feel sick. I feel that way when I nap too. It's weird. But like, if you're gonna feel bad all day because you started your day earlier, you're not gonna be as productive anyway. So you might as well have just got up at whatever time that you ordinarily would get up. So if you do want to get up earlier, more power to you. I would say gradually try and work your way to getting up that early. But, you know, if you don't want to, don't do it. Like, there's no right or wrong way to do this. You have to do what works for you. But make sure that you're getting enough sleep at night. Like, that should be one of the #1 priorities. But again, if you do want to work your way up to it, just baby steps always. Like, gradually. Don't just start doing it one day and try and push through the awful side effects. You're just going to be unproductive for those few days. Those are my 6 tips for getting enough sleep. One of the amazing benefits of getting more sleep at night is going to be that it gives you energy to try new things, like, for instance, becoming a Zaya rep like me. So if that is something that you're interested in, I will link to it in the description. It's really easy, it's really fun, and it makes you some extra cash every month. So that link will be in the description if you are interested in applying to work with me. Otherwise, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. That'll really help me out, and you will get to see my new content every Saturday. But yeah, I think that's it. Until next time.